This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium short take. This Infinium short take is entitled Initial Observations. Now, my brothers, I'm sure you're aware by now the T-app debacle, which is, as of the date of this recording, unfolding and apparently is getting worse day by day. Now, the T-app itself was designed to be a women's only app where women could get on this app and quote unquote have a safe place for things like dating, relationships with men, that type of thing, to find out basically who are the good guys and who are the bad guys, so to speak. But as things go with feminism, with the way women do things, this application became a methodology for women to do things like spread false allegations against men, to dox men, to do all sorts of things to men. And it also revealed the nature of what we have been saying as men about what women are doing, that they only want the top tier sector of men. They do not want the quote unquote good men that are out there, quote unquote busting their cases, doing their jobs and taking care of business, so to speak. They want the top tier men, or they want the bad boys, so to speak, so that they can have their cake and eat it too, so to speak. So, for instance, there was, again, the doxing, the false allegations, the blah, 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 he did this to me, the blah, 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 he did that to me. But there was also the, did you find him to be exciting? And where can I get in contact with him? So there was also the type of, yes, I know he has STDs. Yes, I know he's a bad boy, but I want to get jiggy with him as well. So that was out there. But my brothers, the main observation here that I find is the further exposing of the great hypocrisy that women have. And that also, because of that hypocrisy, there is no desire to take accountability for their actions. For the actions of women embracing feminism, whether tacitly, whether covertly or overtly, there is no taking of accountability for the actions. So, for instance, women would rather flock to an app like this and get on this app and find out all the quote unquote dirt on men or whatever details that they want to find out about men, and do anything and everything with that information. So as things go, my brothers, the T-app suffered a data breach. And as a result of that data breach, 72,000 women had their information exposed because of this. And that is their pictures, their IDs, their driver's license information. All this got exposed over the past weekend. And so again, this is a quote unquote great backfire in terms of what women are going through, in terms of what women are dealing with. And again, the great losses, if you look at things overall, the great losses that women are now facing because of their inability to take accountability for their actions, and then their doubling down on their hypocrisy. The T-app also was further indication of the overall hypocrisy that all men face. Not just we MGTOW men, but all men. Now, for instance, men tried to put up an app called the T-Born app, which was a counteragent to the T-app. That app was taken down within a day or so. So again, the T-Born app was a male-only app which dealt with similar issues that the T-app did, but this app was taken down within a day or so. That again is hypocrisy, because the T-app, with the doxing, false allegations, all the things that were going on within that app, all the things that women were doing with that app is still up, even with the data breach, even with all of the things that are going on. So it is, in fact, a further indication of the great, great hypocrisy that all men face within, quote unquote, the feminist plantation state. So all of that is going on, my brothers. But what does it mean to you? It means, my brothers, again, particularly as MGTOW men, that is one of the major reasons why you are a MGTOW man. And that is a major reason why you should continue forward on your pathway to freedom. Because again, the types of things that are going on with things like the TAP, all the things that women are doing currently, instead of, again, taking accountability for their actions, taking accountability for the dating scene being as bad as it is right now, for marriage being a scam that destroys men's lives, for paternity fraud, for all types of things that are going on within the feminist plantation state. That is the main exposure of the great hypocrisy. And then on top of that, the lack of accountability for their actions. Again, it is the blaming of we men for the problems that are going on. And it is also the further oppression of we men in every way possible. It is the continuance of that oppression. It is the continuance of that persecution. And that is why, my brothers, you, I, we as MGTOW men are on the pathway that we are right now. That is why we must keep our eyes forward to our freedom. And if women will not take accountabilities for their actions, if they will not stop the persecution, if they will not stop things like the TAP being used to openly dox men, to put false allegations on them, to destroy their lives, then my brothers, again, we have no choice as MGTOW men but to continue forward on the pathway that saves our lives in every way possible. Now, because this is all kind of playing out in real time, I'm going to just let things go along and see how things happen, so to speak, before I do something in depth about the TAP. But again, my brothers, look at the things that are going on around you and realize again that your freedom is profoundly important to you. And any woman who chooses to rob you of your freedom is a woman that should not be in your life. You have to think about that, my brothers. Again, thousands of women got on this application for the purpose of treating men in a despicable manner, so to speak. And they are reaping what they have sown, in my opinion, because of the data breach, because of all the things that are going on, because, again, it has exposed the great hypocrisy and, again, the unwillingness to take accountability for their actions. So, again, my brothers, look at what you're doing as a MGTOW man. You're doing something which is profoundly important to the course of your life. It is what frees you. It is what causes you to go forward and to not be a simp, to not be somebody who is oppressed, who is put down, but you are a free man who walks in his freedom on a daily basis. Do not ever forget that, my brothers. You are free men, and you deserve your freedom as well as have a right to your freedom. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Short Take. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.